And He gave us choice. Okay? We're not robots. We're given choice. Even though Allah, from His sifat and from His ilm and from His qudra and His quwwah and His qadar, He knows what will happen. That is the magnificent glory of the Creator. But that doesn't mean He forces you to do something. Right? For example, it rained today. You had no choice. I had no choice. I got hailed on today, right? In Kuwait, which is pretty interesting. Now, will I get sin for it? No. Will I get reward for it? No. Whether it rained or it was sunny, it's not in my power. It's not in my choice. So it doesn't affect me. I have brown eyes or black eyes or whatever, dark eyes. Somebody may have green eyes. Somebody may have blue eyes. Somebody may have hazel eyes. It's not your choice. Allah created you that way. Do you get reward for it? Is there more thawab in having blue eyes than green eyes? No. Do you get sin for it? No. Because Allah wrote that so that you are not held accountable for it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you a choice. Now you chose, alhamdulillah, all of you, on a Friday night to come to the masjid. Islamically Saturday night, but you could have gone to a hookah shop. I don't know if you have them in Kuwait, but maybe. You could have been smoking shisha, listening to music. I mean, alhamdulillah, Kuwait is a beautiful Islamic environment, but maybe there are places where there's music and dancing. I don't know. I don't need to know. But you could have gone there. Kuwait, alhamdulillah, alcohol is banned. May Allah reward your government and those that are leaders here for the good that they do. But I'm sure if you wanted to find alcohol, you could, right? So you could have been drinking, you could have been partying, you could have been doing all kinds of haram. At minimum, you could have been sitting there watching TV, wasting your time. But you chose to come here. So now this is the ajr for you. If you chose to do haram, it's your choice. Allah didn't force it on you. Allah will give you the sin for it. So Allah created us and He gave us choices. Those that choose good, Allah will reward them for it. Those that choose wrong, Allah will take them to account for it. The fact that Allah knows does not mean that He forced it. I'll give you an easy example. Just an example in a worldly means, just to get a concept. Okay? What's your name, Akhi? You can make up a fake one if you want. I don't need it. Sajid. Sayyid Sajid. Sajid, if I was to make a time machine, for example, just an example, okay? And I go in the future a week, and I see you slap somebody, right? Just cold slap him, knock him out. And I come back to this time. Now I know you're going to slap somebody. I saw the future, right? Does that mean I forced you? It was your choice, right? Should you slap somebody? No, poor guy was, didn't do anything to you, right? If the police arrests you tomorrow for slapping somebody for no reason, does that mean me having known the future was my fault? No, it was your decision. You made it. Me knowing about it doesn't mean that I forced it to you, right? So Allah knows everything. He has everything written down, right? That is the greatness of Allah. But Allah didn't force it. Allah created us. He gave us choice. Those that do good, then Allah's mercy is such, they will be with Allah in Jannah forever. Those that do kufr and shirk, knowing better, because Allah gave them chances and warnings and messengers and books and reminders and videos and du'at and all this, knowing all that, they still do kufr of Allah, they made their place in hell. Those that do sins, Allah can forgive them. Right? If they sinned so much, maybe they enter the nar, they'll come out. All of this, Allah gave us these choices. And He showed us the paths, and Allah calls us towards the good. Allah didn't have to send us Anbiya, but He did. Allah didn't have to reveal books like the Torah and the Injil and the Zabur and the Quran, but He did out of His mercy. Allah didn't have to have me come here and sit and you listen, but Allah gave us this opportunity. If you don't take advantage of that and do what's right, then you made the choice, you have the consequences. Allah loves us and He has mercy upon us, and that's why.
Ahsanallah alaykum, jazakumullah khair, Shaykh.
I'm going to let Tamir choose the hands so that nobody gets mad at me.
So a question from the sisters, for Ajmi, I think she meant Ajami, like a non-Arab speaking person, who doesn't know to recite Quran correctly, how would you say it is important for them to understand and learn the Quran?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran as hudal lil muttaqin, as a guidance for the people of taqwa, not just barakah. Right? So if somebody, whether you're Arab or Ajam, just because you're Arab doesn't mean you understand the Quran. One time we were giving da'wah at a university in San Diego, and it was a very big San Diego State University. We had a whole hall filled out, non-Muslims, and we had one Arab Christian. And just because they're Arab, they think they know the Quran. So after I finished the presentation, we had a PowerPoint. He said, I know the Quran better than you. I'm Christian, I'm Arab, I know better than you. I know every word of the Quran. I know this, this, this. While he was talking and talking, I was listening. He didn't even have a question or a comment. He was just going bragging, you know. When he finished, I told him, okay, what does nazi'at mean? He said, that's not in the Quran. No, khalas. Because some kalamat in the Quran, unless you know the tafsir of it, lugha won't give you. So whether you're Arab or Ajam, that's not the point. The point is that every one of us should learn the Quran with meaning. Imam Shafi'i, he used to think and he used to state that it was wajib on the Muslim to learn Arabic. Not because Arabs are such great people, which you are great people, but that's not the reason why, right? Because he felt that that connection with the Quran, that guidance on the Quran would be lost on people that don't understand. And I don't mean the Arabic that people speak on the street here, mafi malum. What's mafi malum? Bachir. What's bachir? Where is bachir in the Quran? شلونك؟ أيوة. إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا. That is Arabic, Quranic Arabic. So my nasiha, if you're Ajam, if you're Arab, if you're a woman, if you're a man, learn اللغة العربية الفصيحة. You don't have to become baligh like Abu Isa. You don't have to become some kind of sha'ir or something. No, but to learn enough that you try to when you're standing behind the imam and they're leading tarawih and you have no idea what the imam is saying in the Quran, how will you have khushu? Mashallah, I've been traveling some country in the Middle East. Everybody speaks English here, mashallah, right? So you learned it. Learn Arabic. So take some classes. If you can't afford it, there's online free classes on our Majribat channel. We have free Nahu classes. I'm sure there's the ulama who will teach you here. Learn the Arabic language to the best of your ability and ask Allah to benefit from the Quran, the ulum of Islam, في اللغة العربية الفصيحة.
Question from the brothers. تفضل Shaykh. Yes.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. MashaAllah. Beautiful question. Go ahead.
Jazakallah khair, brother. Our beloved brother asked, how can you give da'wah to people who have hatred towards the Sahaba?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has announced in the Quran that Allah is pleased with the Sahaba, with those that made the hijrah and those that gave the nusrah and those that gave bay'ah tahta shajara. Radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with them. If somebody hates the Sahaba, how can they hate who Allah is pleased with if they claim to be Muslim? Right? Some of those people who claim to be Muslim that hate the Sahaba, they make dua to some of them. They say, Ya Ali, Ya Hussein, instead of Ya Allah. Huh? So we tell them, what does Allah say in the Quran? إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. We tell them, who compiled this Quran that you're reading? Abu Bakr radiyanhu. Who standardized and sent it out? Uthman radiyanhu. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, who is your favorite person in the Sahih Hadith? Show you the sanad. In the world, out of all the people, who's your most beloved, most favorite? What did he say? Aisha radiyanhu. How can somebody hate Aisha when she's the most beloved person to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? When he said, وَمِنَ الرِّجَالِ, what did he say? Abuha. Allahu Akbar. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the hijrah from Mecca to Medina, Who was with him? In the ghar, only one person. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Hmm? There's a beautiful hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and these are sahih hadith, we can show them the sanad if they don't believe it, we bring the evidence. He said the first person to enter Jannah with their hisab, with their book in their right hand will be Umar. Subhanallah. Sahaba, they felt in us. What about Abu Bakr? He said, do you think Abu Bakr will wait that long? Allahu Akbar. Hmm? So when we look at the Quran and the pleasure that Allah has bestowed upon the Sahaba, when we look at the Sahih Ahadith in Al-Bukhari, we have a whole bab, Fadal al-Sahaba, Fadal al-Ansar, so on. Then we present these evidences to them. Even if you look at some very practical things. What's your name, Akhi? Badr, do you have any children yet? You're 18, so what? Do you have any children yet? Not kidding. uh, may Allah give you a pious and beautiful wife that will be from the Salihin, and give you good children that will be qurratul ainak, that will be delight of your eyes. Would you name your children after somebody you hate? Would you name your children after a fasiq or a fajir or a kafir? Who would you name your children after? Right? Somebody you love, something Islamic, somebody good, right? Maybe the Anbiya like Musa and Isa, like I named my sons Yusuf and Musa. Why? I love the Anbiya. Maybe Abdullah or Abdurrahman, or maybe Umar after Sahabi, or maybe after your father because you love your father. Beautiful, right? Do you know from the children of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyanhu, there are multiple Uthman, there are multiple Umar, there are multiple Abu Bakr. Would you marry your daughter to somebody who's not good? Do you know the daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyanhu was married to Umar ibn Khattab? So we give these things to tell people that we are calling towards unity and love. Unity upon the Quran. Unity upon the Sunnah. We love all the Sahaba. We love Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu. We love Hassan Hussein radiyallahu anhuma. Wallahi, 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 we love them. We love Abu Bakr radiyanhu. We love Umar radiyanhu. We love Uthman radiyanhu. We love Aisha radiyanhu. Al-Mu'mineen, she's our mother as Khadija radiyanha, and Salama radiyanha, and Sauda radiyallahu anha. We love all of the Sahaba, and we hope the Muslim Ummah will unite in their love for these beautiful Sahaba that loved each other.
Assalamu alaikum, jazakumullah khair, Shaykh. One question online, we're going to take it from the live. Muslims are leaving their countries and moving to the West, US, Canada, Europe, for a better quote unquote life. Coming from the West, what is your view on this?
I was raised in the West. Since I was a young child,